Okay. Go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Julie. We don't see each other. So welcome to Ormond Beach, Florida. This is a 5th grade class, a 5th grade math lesson covering investigating the 3 types of triangles and then constructing those 3 types. So I have 2 stand-in 5th graders here to help me, and I did this lesson last week, so it's been a couple days. But basically what we went through is introducing, learning about the marks on the side of a triangle, what they mean, and the drawing tools that we have to construct them. So protractors, rulers, compass, and straight edge. So today the kids will identify, copy, and construct congruent triangles. So to begin, I need them to open in their math journals to page 76, which they're lucky it's already done. So on page 76, you see a triangle, and then I drew this last week. You see a triangle with marks like this. So the question I posed to the 5th graders was, what are these marks called? Do you guys want to take a guess? What would it mean? It could mean that they're equal. Good. And what do they have a name aside from marks? Right. And so exactly, what do we call them? So I went through with the kids, and these are some of the answers that I got. They are the triangle's war paint. They are the triangle's stripes. Oops. The triangle's ticks, like little tick marks. We got sticks, lines, hash marks. Oh, and this was one of my little guys. The hash marks, like on a football field. They could mean length, size, or measurement. So, like you said. So we decided in my class that we were only ever going to call them the marks or the stripes. So we decided that we would have a common name for the marks of the triangle. So that was part of the lesson where we went through about what that could mean, and then we made sure to notice that if a side had 2 marks as opposed to just the 1, it didn't mean anything about the measurement or the length that represented, just that they were equal. So 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. So from there we went through and talked about what those meant, and we moved on into the 3 kinds. So in their book also they have triangles that they needed to copy and things like that. You may actually want to flip to 75. I might have been... there we are. 75 is much better with the types. So we had, in their books, the kids have all 3 kinds of triangles. One like this, one like this, and, oops, sorry, one like that. So then I had this page up, I've since erased it, but then we went through and tried to define them. And our book gives us examples and non-examples of equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. So then I asked the kids, can you define them? And so we first looked at this one, and ladies, can you define what equilateral triangle would mean?
All 3 sides are the same.
All 3 sides are the same. Excellent. And then looking at this triangle with 2 equal sides and a third, we decide that one is an isosceles triangle, right? And then because of our marks or our stripes that we're naming them, this triangle has 1, 2, 3 different sides, and so the definition of scalene is any triangle with no sides equal. And I wrote this down for them, and they copied this into their notes. From there we talked about geometry and the importance of the exact measurements and the definitions of our figures. So we're no longer referring to this one as the tall pointy one, or this one as the normal one, or the weird one. We're only ever going to use equilateral, scaling, and isosceles in our math class. Okay, so from there we moved on to the first activity, which was on 76 in their journals, and I had this third slide up here. So this is where we moved into our activities. On page 76, they used drawing tools. They had a compass, a protractor, and a straight edge, and they needed to, if I may, this is actually the result. I don't know if you can see. They needed to exactly copy the example to the workspace here using their drawing tools. And they knew that they were correct when they could exactly copy and cut out their two triangles based on what they had learned. So that was the activity 1 with 76. And then the second activity we actually had run out of time for, but I copied from our textbook the compare graph, and the kids had, it was the 3-column with the types of triangles out here, and they had to label the 3 types of triangles, and then they wrote 3 bullets or helpful hints that they could identify the characteristics of the 3 different triangles. After that, with the exit slip that we did, it was supposed to have been a double entry in their journal where they drew and labeled each triangle, and on the other side they listed helpful hints. But instead of exit slip, that became the next day's review because of we had to get to lunch or something, I'm not sure what. But we ended up following just about everything the way it laid out, with real life, of course.